Man, I'm pretty psyched about our sponsor this week, Russ.
Yeah?
Yep.
I think I might be too.
Well, I know why you are. Our sponsor is a part of you right now.
It is.
We're talking about Mack Weldon. Check out MackWeldon.com. All kinds of amazing apparel, clothing for men. So, you've heard this before. You're like, oh, what's so freaking special about this company? And everyone's got a thing, right? Everyone's got like
you
a
need
selling
a hook.
point. You need a hook. For me, it's just damn good quality stuff.
Really high quality. Like, it doesn't fall apart. It's not like crappy. It's going to leave like a bunch of like little fuzzies on your feet or on your tuchus. It's just like very, really high quality stuff.
I used to buy clothes from a site that I just knew I was getting crap.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen anymore. Look, we're not going to lie. Mack Weldon hooked us up. They said, hey, spend some money with us. We want you to get what the experience is like. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid stuff. They make sweatpants, socks, undershirts, anything that you could possibly imagine for your undergarments, for your undercarriage. Check out MackWeldon.com. And we're offering a very special, unique promo code. You can save 20% if you use promo code CNET when you're getting ready to check out. So here's like the one talking point that I kind of bring up with people unsolicited.
Sure.
So they're saying their stuff is naturally anti-microbial.
Yes.
Which means...
no BO.
Right. And dude, so I'll be honest. I played hockey with wearing the socks.
Okay.
And I figured like this is going to be it. Like this is the ultimate
that's the test. Yeah.
Pass the freaking test,
They
man.
smell okay afterwards.
Like they smell all right.
Yeah.
I washed them obviously, and it's like not a problem. Like if you wash hockey socks over and over and over, they're done.
Yeah.
Like they're just done.
Yeah.
I could see myself going the distance. I'm not joking. They sell them in 2-packs, 3-packs. There's also bundles and whatnot. Some super high-end sweatshirts and sweatpants that I am currently waiting to get my grubby little mitts on. Go to MackWeldon.com. That's MackWeldon.com. When you're getting ready to check out, use promo code CNET for 20% off. Thanks for the hookup, Mack Weldon. Thanks for sponsoring the 404 show. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to our fine podcast program for your delicate ear holes on this Friday, December 11th, 2015. Thank you so much from the bottom of our collective hearts, myself being Jeff Bacalar, and you, Russ Frushtick.
Hello.
Look, on behalf of everyone listening to the show, we're all going to want you to introduce yourself better. You have
hello.
you always have a very you have like a goofy ghost voice.
Yeah.
Like a goofy villain from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, it's not Mr. Williams, was it?
The owner of the old amusement park.
Oh my
obviously.
God. He just carries a bunch of chains around with him.
Yeah, that's just how he rolls.
How you doing, man?
I'm lovely. I'm good.
You're lovely. You're good. I'm good also now too myself because Russ, there's a lot of awfulness in the world these days.
There is.
Both home and abroad.
Yeah.
And, I won't lie. I found myself in a
funk?
Bit of a funk.
Okay.
When you have a kid, and I don't want to sound like a damn cliche, but, you look at this kid and he's just like represents innocence.
In the future.
Maybe not so much the future, but to me, when I see him, I just see some living thing that doesn't understand how awful this place can be.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. They don't know any better.
That's true.
So, every now and then I get a little bummed out.
Okay.
Doesn't happen too often.
Very sad.
But then I came across a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
And this YouTube...
Looking into your child's eyes was not enough to pull you out of this funk. A YouTube video had to do it.
It was 8:45 at night,
okay.
And he had been sleeping.
Understood.
For me to go and look into his eyes...
Yeah, hold his eyes open. That would have been weird.
Would have been mean.
Yeah.
Would have woken
Not
up,
nice.
would have caused both of us a great deal of grief.
Indeed.
So it's 8:45 at night, and I stumble across a YouTube video that turned it all around for me. And I know this isn't going to do anything for people who are listening at home.
This is not like you can't hear this and get the same experience.
We're going to have to explain what's happening in this music video. And it's a music video for When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going by Billy Ocean.
Okay.
This is a very popular song from 1989.
Okay. It doesn't spring to mind as a song I know just in hearing the
title. You'll know the chorus. I'm just going to start it. If you want to get right down to it, I'll put this link in the show notes. Just fast forward on YouTube to about 50 seconds into the video when they reveal who the backup dancers in this video are.
Okay.
Again, little context. It's 1989.
Okay.
Think of the celebrities from that era.
I'm guessing Chicago Bears.
Well, look.
That would be my guess.
But think about what this video would have to do to bring me up out of the gulch.
That's true. Chicago Bears probably wouldn't do that.
The Bears wouldn't do that for me. So we're going to play a little of this video, and I want Russ to kind of like give out his organic reaction because I know what's coming.
Okay.
All right, let's join this video in progress.
Okay. So this nice backing horn section. Billy's crooning in an awesome oversized overcoat.
There's the backup dancers. Just a peek of them. Bottom left.
Oh, okay. They're wearing all white, it seems. There's 3 of them. Oh, my God. So there's Michael Douglas. And what's her name from Cheers, I believe? And Danny DeVito?
No, it's not Kirstie Alley.
Oh. Who is it on the left?
That's Kathleen Turner.
Kathleen Turner, Danny DeVito, and Michael Douglas as backup dancers in full white suits.
Full white tuxedos.
You could give me 1,000 guesses, and I never ever would have gotten that.
There is something about this video.
And they have choreography, and they're all timed up. I mean, realistically, they probably only need to learn one step at a time because they're really cutting away from them a lot. But it's amazing.
So this is like...
How have I never seen this before is the other question.
So this is... What's amazing is like the 3 of them are perfectly choreographed, like you said. The song is great if you recall the song. The song's so good.
Yeah, it's a good tune.
They're so enthusiastic about it. Like they could not be happier to be there.
Danny DeVito makes the most sense out of all these people in terms of like people in attendance. Like I get Danny DeVito being there.
This is like Romancing the Stone, War of Roses.
Got it.
Now I don't know, like, so 89 probably was, I guess, War of the Roses, right?
Yeah, I've never seen that movie, but that's not a light movie, right? That's a
it's like a dark comedy. But it's like a dark comedy.
Okay.
It is. It's like it's described as like a black comedy.
And was Danny DeVito in that as well?
Yeah, and he directed
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is saying he co-directed it.
So now
wait.
Oh
now what are we seeing?
So Danny DeVito is fake playing the saxophone with Billy Idol as Billy Idol.
No, Billy Ocean.
Billy Ocean, sorry, is gesturing with his hips towards Danny DeVito.
The saxophone is as tall as Danny DeVito as well.
Oh yeah, it might not have been an oversized sax. It might have been a normal size sax, and Danny DeVito just makes everything look giant. It's amazing.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, it's spectacular.
Watching this video just makes me happy.
It's really, it's great. I am happy as well.
And like,
could we just like, as like a propaganda tool, just like drop these videos on Syria and just maybe that would like end the conflict right there?
If like people can't find peace in themselves with this video, then there's no hope. It is such a feel good.
Even Douglas is like bringing his A game, like looking right into the camera with like full gusto.
There's something about it. I can't encourage you people enough to go and watch this video. It is such a good feeling, awesome time.
I'll bet they had a percentage on the back end for the sales of those albums.
Maybe, but like,
and is it in the movie? Is it in the soundtrack?
I don't know. I don't even think it is.
Because that would make a little more sense.
It would, but the 3 of them, they were, they've been in these movies together, and this was 89, so it had to be War of the Roses.
Yeah.
And I feel like they were just like, hey, we're all buddies now.
Down day.
We love Billy Ocean.
Yeah.
Let's just like show up in his video
It's really bizarre.
Was that not like a moving experience?
It really was delightful. It just made me so happy.
So there's my feel-good YouTube video of maybe not the month.
Maybe the year.
Maybe of 2015.
Yeah. I can't think of a single YouTube video that made me feel that good.
Well, that like did that to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's super special.
Delightful.
I'm glad, and thank you for letting me share it with you.
Thank you for sharing it.
All right. We got a few things I want to get into today. Not a whole lot of stuff going on.
It's pretty quiet in the tech world.
Pretty quiet in the tech world, but there's still plenty of things that we can talk about.
Yep.
Oh man, did I have a thing happen last night?
What happened?
You ever have like...
Is this the same moment that you watched this YouTube video?
No.
Okay.
No. The YouTube video is a couple days ago.
Got it.
But I had have you ever had something really weird happen to you in the middle of the night that when it happens in the middle of the night,
yeah,
there's like no cohesive, lucid logic to explain it. It's only till the next morning where like if you even got back to sleep,
sure,
you could then assess it with a clear mind.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, recently my shower curtain rod fell in the middle of the night.
See, that's weird.
It just fell.
Yeah. Well, so it's like a suspension rod?
It's, I guess, I don't know what that is. It's pressing against the wall.
Yeah, so that's a suspension rod.
Okay, I'm not down with the shower rod lingo. I apologize.
Obviously, where, the things could just happen.
Yeah.
I had a weird one.
Okay.
And this is more along the lines of tech. It is along the lines of tech. And I need to, I think after this story, it will perhaps awaken a story from your past that you can then retell.
Sure.
It's 5 a.m. and I'm woken up to very loud talking of like podcast sounding talking.
Got it.
Not unlike what everyone is listening to right now.
Whoa, heavy.
And it was a conversation, and it was like a very sort of passionate conversation.
Sure. But you only heard the bass. You weren't able to like make out the conversation.
No, I could tell it was people talking. I just couldn't, I'm like woken up.
Yeah.
So I jump out of bed. The dog knows something's going on too, so he jumps out of the bed and he darts in the living room
Stacy's
as well.
still sleeping.
She's out.
She's out.
So I get up. I'm like, what is going on right now?
Yeah.
I'm like kind of losing it.
Sure.
So I go in the living room and I look around and like it's still pitch black out.
Okay.
So I can't see a lot of stuff. It's like just before the sun's getting ready to rise.
But are you like closing in on like the source?
I'm right there.
Okay.
And it's the coffee table.
What?
Why is the coffee table speaking like that?
I gotta imagine an iPad maybe.
But okay. So my living room at night is like a planetarium. There's all these little lights everywhere.
Sure.
Like, I got so much electronic shit everywhere that things are constantly glowing and buzzing and whatnot. So I figure it out. It's my laptop.
Okay.
Somehow my laptop, while closed, awoken and started playing.
What?
Started playing audio. Isn't that freaking crazy?
That's really bizarre.
And terrifying to the point where like I opened up the laptop and just like hard shut it down. Like, let me kill this animal before it can hurt me again.
Yeah, wasn't there a Stephen King story? I think it was called Maximum Overdrive, where all the machines came alive and killed people.
That sounds about right.
And that's basically step one. Is
well,
like
at 5 in the
waking you up early.
At 5 in the morning, you sort of display this sense of vulnerability where you're like, I just need to go back to bed.
Yeah, logic is not prevailing at that moment.
I have to get rid of whatever this is and sleep.
Yeah.
That was scary. It really freaked me out. Think about how bizarre that is.
I can't even fathom how that could happen. Like,
how could that have happened?
There could be an alarm on the computer.
It was a Windows machine.
Yeah.
So you don't know what the hell happened.
I mean, my desktop at home turns on, like I put it in sleep mode,
Sometimes
and it will not
on.
Ever stay.
Ever?
Very consistently, it will wake up. I mean, it goes to sleep, and then like a half hour later or 3 hours later or something like that, it'll wake up again.
There's things you can do to like sort of
I haven't
figure it out.
I just turned it off at this point.
Yeah, you probably should. But that's weird.
It's really bizarre.
Have you ever had something similar to that? Like, oh man.
Yeah, I mean, there's like the moments. Actually, I got what is it? What's the clapper?
Stop it.
So this was like 10 years ago.
You mean 35 years ago?
This is like 10 years ago. And in the apartment I was in at the time, the bed was very far away from the light switch. So I'd be like reading in bed and then I want to turn off the light and I'd have to get up.
You ever hear of a desk lamp?
There wasn't really a place to put a desk lamp.
Oh, I thought you were going to say...
I'm in bed.
I thought you were going to be like, oh, there wasn't any nightstand lamps when 10 years ago.
No. I don't appreciate the impression either. So I figured, I'll get a clapper, but I don't want to clap. So I got there's a remote version of the clapper where you have a remote and it plugs into an outlet, and that's the outlet that controls the light.
So it
effectively turns the outlet
off. The
on.
remote just basically turns the outlet off. Yeah.
And it was $10, so it's great. Apparently for $10, what you get is a really shitty outlet controller, because frequently at 4:30 in the morning, all the lights in the room would turn on, super bright, and it was very startling.
That's the worst.
It's terrible. So I had to basically toss it. It was a waste. But
so that's the extent of your tech nighttime horrors?
I had a hamster crawl on me once while I was sleeping. But that's not really tech related.
No, but
there was a case failure involved. The hamster case failed.
And he figured it out?
And he cracked the code. He was in one of those Tubi situations.
He just had a mini hamster stethoscope up to the lock and figured out the right combination.
And I guess his predilection was to run across the room and just jump on me in the bed, whether he was trying to make a move or whether he was trying to take me out. It's hard to say. But, it could have ended really bad for him. I could have just rolled over and crushed him like that. Not a big guy, but it would be enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, he broke out, and then several weeks later he broke out again and jumped to his death. So drag.
Oh my god,
super drag.
Maybe that's what he was going for the whole time.
Yeah, he might have been.
So I have a weird thing with lights too. My bedroom fan is my bedroom light is a fan light combination, and I guess it's got a remote.
Sure.
And I guess someone in the building or someone above or below must have the same thing, same model, and this thing would turn on in the middle of the night.
So what do you do?
Full fan, 100% brightness, and you're like, what?
That sucks.
Yeah. So and it's it's not.
What
fun.
do you do?
You don't.
There's nothing you can do. You take the light out.
Yeah. No, you turn. So the switch on the wall could turn it all off.
Got it. So
and
you just keep the switch down
at night. Yeah. It's just stupid. I think that's just one of the perils of community living.
It is actually. Since I moved into I used to live in an apartment that was 25 stories and very full of people, and now the place I'm in now is 8 floors and maybe 10 or 12 units in total, and way fewer of those problems. Connecting to consoles with game controllers or Wi-Fi connection has been much stronger because there's way less interference.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's very nice. I used to have weird things happen to me when I was a kid. Then I got a phone line installed in my room.
Was that exciting?
Yeah, well, did you have that experience growing up?
I didn't have an individual phone line, no.
So I got a phone line, and that was a big deal.
I don't understand when. Oh, I guess because you're what, 1 year or 2 years older than me?
Yeah, I'm 33.
By the time there would be
there's not enough of difference where
no, but there is enough of a difference because by the time I would have maybe possibly gotten my own phone line, it was cell phone moment.
No,
cell
because
phones were there.
No, because I'm talking I'm 13.
Oh, that's very young for your own phone line. Who are you talking to?
Just friends.
Yeah.
About the ongoing.
Are you on a chat line?
Events.
A party chat line?
Yeah, like a pillow talk thing. So I would have this thing where I would be terrified of the phone ringing while I was asleep, because I had a bad thing happen once. Huh. I had a thing where 3 a.m. school night.
Yeah.
Phone rings.
Yeah.
And I used to keep that phone right next to my face.
Sure.
Phone rings.
Yeah.
And my instinct is to pick it up.
Sure.
So it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
1992.
Yeah.
1994, let's say. 3 a.m. Jeff's sleeping.
Yeah.
Ring, 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 ring. Oh my God, why is my phone ringing? I'm just a kid. Hello? Somebody's screaming in my ear.
Oh my God, that's like an X-Files episode. But it was just a dude.
It was just some maniac.
With you.
Some maniac.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like a chihuahua.
You cried.
Shaking. in fear.
Yeah. That's intense.
So from then on out,
Yeah.
pull that.
You
Pull
yank
that
it
sucker
every time
right-
you're going to bed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Off the hook.
Wow. Is that the case now with your cell phone?
A little bit. Like
I have do not disturb on.
I don't keep my phone in the same room as me. when I
Really?
sleep,
Interesting.
yeah. And that's more of like, you shouldn't have your phone
No.
pretty close to you at all times. Just especially when you sleep. Like, it's just don't do that.
I mean, it's pretty close.
What
do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. Like, it's just like, there's a lot of information being sent back and forth. You don't need to like be exposed to that 24 hours a day.
The information. Oh, you're talking. I thought you meant like radio waves coming out of the.
There are waves coming out of the phone as well. It can't hurt, not being right next to it.
That's true.
So there's that.
Yeah.
I have like the fear of just like getting a weird call, which probably at my age is something I should just like need to be available for.
At this point, yeah. I mean, well, first of all, you can obviously look at the phone number.
Yeah.
But I don't think I feel like crank calling is
over.
Seen its moment.
No, dude,
there's so many other ways to destroy someone's life.
We talked about this the other day. I once got a call from a number, like they have spoofers now that like make you think you're getting a local call. Yeah, it sucks.
Really?
Yeah, one of my idiot friends was doing it.
And it was a spam call?
Yeah, no, it was one of my idiot friends pranking me.
Into thinking it was someone else's number?
Yeah, like
Stacy's number?
No, like a very similar number to mine. I was like, oh, this is like a Marlboro number.
Got it.
Stupid. I want to hear your scary text stories.
Yeah.
Kids.
Please.
866-404-CNET. Don't scream.
Oh, that would be really bad.
If you're just going to ruin me.
Yeah.
866-404-CNET or the 404 at CNET.com. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I got more crap happening.
Oh, my God.
I got to talk about some more stuff. Plus, just when you thought comic book villains were not a real thing, one arises from the ashes and starts messing with what we hold sacred. More 404 right after this. Today's episode of the 404 Show is brought to you by our old buddies at Braintree. Russ, you're an entrepreneur that I respect a very great deal.
I am. I put myself out there.
And I know you, for a fact, use Braintree in all of your mobile payment solution applications.
They have all of the currency covered on Braintree.
All of the currency covered. That should be their new slogan.
If I want to be paid in leather coins, I don't think they support that. But pretty much real money they support.
That's their slogan, pretty much real money. But all kidding aside, Braintree lets you accept every way to pay essentially on the internet, from PayPal to Apple Pay and every little micro transaction currency platform in between. All it takes is one line of code, one simple integration. Doesn't matter what currency your customers use, because Braintree will figure out a way to let you accept over 130 of those payments. To learn more about how your company can grow with Braintree, do yourself a favor and visit BraintreePayments.com/CNET. All right, welcome back to the show. So we do have a lot of stories.
Yeah, we do.
But I wanna first give you this dilemma.
Uh-oh.
That I am
having a very emotionally fraught week.
No, I just enjoy little
Okay.
I enjoy little stories that happen to people.
I enjoy guiding you through these stories.
Right, and I enjoy talking them out. This is therapeutic for me.
That's good.
Can you be my
I can be a very cheap
chair?
psychologist.
Can you be my my lounging couch here for a second? So I holidays are coming around. I bought some cologne on eBay.
Okay. Are you familiar with this cologne in the past? Like, you knew this cologne before?
I knew a variation of it.
It would never in my life occur to me to buy cologne on eBay.
Well, okay. So I get a Wired subscription.
Okay.
And as far as I can tell, the only cool thing about printed magazines these days are like cologne samples. On the to me, everything else can be emulated with a digital iPad.
Cool might not be the right word.
It's not cool,
but unique. Let's say
unique, and one of these things that in 5 years we will tell stories of
Sure.
cologne samples to our children.
It is weirdly anachronistic. It's weird that it's
like
still
one
around.
of those weird things, all right?
Sure.
Sorry? Okay, so give me that.
Okay.
And like there are occasionally really creative advertisements that would only work with actual tactile paper.
Yes.
So I don't know. Every now and then I smell the cologne sample because that's what I do. And I like cologne. I'm like a cologne thing. I have the cologne thing.
Do you have like your brand?
I have a couple that I like.
A few. Bounce around.
I bounce around. You gotta.
Is there like an evening one? Is there like I'm gonna go hard tonight?
I don't think there's evening ones.
No.
Like when you think of me, do you think of a smell?
No.
Okay. That's good.
Do you wear cologne when you go to work?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Just for the pleasant, like just so you can walk the halls and everyone can appreciate your musk.
Yeah, I guess when you lay it out like that, it's pretty silly. But yeah, I just enjoy like smelling.
Does Stacy have a preference of your cologne?
No, she used to love this one.
Brute.
No, my woman likes me in Brute. No, I don't know what. I think it was Jean Paul, whatever that is.
Yeah, Sartre.
Yeah, she used to love that. Anyway, so I used to really like Acqua di Gio. It's Giorgio Armani.
Sure.
Right? It's like very...
Comes in like a phallic-shaped bottle.
Just a huge penis.
Awesome.
And you have to screw off the top of it. So regardless, long story short, I'm buying cologne. I'm buying this new cologne on eBay because...
You saw it in Wire.
Cologne is very expensive.
Yeah.
Do you know, like higher end cologne is too much money for smelly water.
Like if I spent $100, how long would that last me on?
Oh, that could last you like a year.
Okay. That's I think a reasonable amount.
But Giorgio Armani cologne's super expensive.
Okay.
So I was like, I am not paying full price for this stuff.
Sure.
I just don't want to do that.
Totally.
Let me look on eBay.
Okay.
So I find an eBay seller.
Yeah.
Super high rated.
Great.
99.9% feedback score. I'm like, oh, this guy's legit.
Sure.
I buy this cologne from him.
Yeah.
4 days later, I get the delivery.
Yeah.
And it is not an authentic bottle of cologne.
Did you know when you opened the box?
I knew right away.
Right away.
Like
even before you smelled it.
Oh, way before.
Okay.
So I opened this really shady box.
Okay.
And even the box the cologne comes in looked counterfeit.
Okay.
It just did not play the part. No pun intended, it didn't pass the sniff test. I'm like looking at this thing and I'm just like, what is wrong with this box? It just looked like it was printed by somebody in their house.
Yeah.
Like really weird.
Low quality Chinese DVDs of like Alias season 2.
Super low quality. And I'm just like, oh man, did I just get hoodwinked? Did I just get bamboozled?
Sure.
So,
but it says the name brand and everything.
Okay, so it doesn't. It says like Giorgio Armani, and then it says like Aqua. It said Acqua di Gio twice. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
That is a little weird.
This is clearly not real. Upon further inspection, now grant you, this is before I even took the bottle out.
Yeah.
Upon further inspection, I looked at the top of the box, which normally has like an embossed stamped logo.
Yeah.
That had
Drawn
like
on.
the frame of what someone must have used to stamp the artificial logo on it. Like I saw the outline of the stamp, and I'm just like, oh my god, this guy wasn't even trying.
No.
Not even giving an effort. I open it up. The bottle looks pretty legit.
Okay.
But it smelled awful.
Oh, really? Like not even close?
Like not even close, because I've then gotten the real stuff, and the real stuff really happens to smell nice.
Okay.
And I just was like, where did this come from? Like, what is the deal?
Sure.
So I initiate a refund.
Yes.
I'm online. I'm going, hey, I write this guy a mostly polite letter.
Yeah.
And I said, hi, I just received my product. I'm 99% sure, similar to your feedback score, that this is counterfeit cologne.
Sure.
He writes back and he's like, no way. This is real. And I'm like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah. I
go to the store in town.
Yeah.
And I find the real bottle.
Sure.
And I show this guy his bottle next to the real bottle. PayPal refund right away.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay? But then I get a phone call. I see his number. And I'm like, who is this? I'm like, wow.
Sure.
I pick it up. Is this Jeff? Who's this? This is your eBay seller. I'm like, how did you get this number?
This is not what you signed up for.
Like, this is not what I want.
This is the future is now, and it means you don't have to talk to anyone.
Like, me talking to my eBay seller is a situation I do not want to be confronted with, let alone a seller that I'm having a bit of conflict with.
Yeah, it's I can't even think of where he would have gotten your phone number.
So that occurred to me during the call.
Sure.
When you do a PayPal transaction, they get your number.
I guess so,
that is just part of that is the cost of doing business.
Like that. Yeah, I think
like,
you're right.
Your address is
never occurred to me that anyone would ever use it.
Right.
Sure.
So I felt immediately vulnerable to be like, oh man, this guy's calling me.
Yeah.
It was a Midwest number, so like
Sure.
it wasn't like he was around the block, but like it was still a little upsetting.
I'm picturing like a Jack Lemmon in
Wabasha?
no, in Glen Ross, where you're like, oh geez, man, you gotta do me a favor.
And that's kind of the way the conversation went. He goes like this. He's like, yeah, man, I'm so sorry this happened to you, man. We hired someone brand new and he's just dropping the ball left and right. Well, so in my head, I'm like, okay. So at that moment, he's like, I'm gonna refund your money right away. I'm like, yeah, well. And then at that moment, the email came in where I got the refund. So once I knew the refund was secure, then I was like, oh, dude, you sent me fake cologne.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Sure.
Oh my guys, he's brand new. He didn't know. I'm like, how's that explain the fake cologne? Like, your new guy are you implying that your new guy like took it upon himself to start brewing his own cologne in a bathtub, bottling that shit really poorly and unconvincingly, and then shipping it out to thousands of eBay customers? How's that work, guy?
Probably a good profit margin in that.
Yeah,
probably
like 99%.
You got to imagine, okay, so the fact that they have such a high rating, you got to imagine that they were selling legit cologne for a very long time.
Definitely. So that plays into the conversation as well.
Okay, well, continue.
Right, so I'm like, man, I don't get it. You're so highly rated.
Right.
I even searched all of his feedback, and he only had 2 people claiming they got fakes in like 2007.
Crazy.
What the hell's that about? I don't
really
get
weird.
it. So maybe he's telling the truth where like he hired someone new who like, so maybe this guy, the guy he hired that's new has like tried a different line of like getting his product.
Yeah.
And the product he's getting is like counterfeit. Like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, because you got to imagine he's not the one doing the guy you're talking to is not boxing stuff. He probably has like a guy that he goes to, and the guy was trying to pull a fast one.
So the whole time, oh, I'm so sorry, Jeff. It's a holiday season. I just want you to have the best holiday possible. Oh. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, this guy just doesn't want negative feedback.
Exactly.
That's all this is.
Yeah.
That's all this is. All right. My question to you, Russ.
Yeah.
Do I give him negative
110%. Yes. Totally.
I have to.
Yeah.
I absolutely have to.
You know why? There's a few reasons. One, I would say he fought you on the fact that it was counterfeit. Like, he didn't immediately be like, oh, yeah, sorry, we'll get you a refund. And
He played that card for a second and then realized he wasn't talking to a dummy.
Well, right, exactly. Right. So that's an indication that like he would take advantage of someone that was not willing to go the extra mile and prove, this is counterfeit.
Right.
So I don't like this guy. B, he's pulling.
Oh, I don't like him.
He's pulling the holiday. I want you to have a good holiday line, which really bugs me. Like, no, you don't give a shit about my holiday. You just want a good eBay rating. So,
but there is a creepiness factor here where he called me.
Yeah.
And
he has your address.
And he has my address and he has my number.
Sure.
And now I'm going to leave him this awful I'm not going to leave him.
Does it say it was you? Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
He can
at that
put
point.
2 and 2 together.
Yeah. But does he know like who gives him ratings and stuff?
Yeah. What do you mean? Of course.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. I don't know.
See, it's not as easy as you think.
It's not an ethical dilemma. Because the ethical answer to this is rate the hell out, because you want to detract the possibility of this happening to someone else again.
Right.
If it makes you feel unsafe, which I don't, in the end, like, what's he going to do? Come to your house and F you up for whatever the amount was?
I'm not worried about that.
Okay, so whatever. Rate him down.
But you understand, like, the things in place here are, like, not, they're just strange.
When I rated him, I would be like 100% super duper honest.
Yeah.
And just like when I stay at like weird Airbnb scenarios, I'm always like very blunt about all of the different things that happen there. And then people can judge for themselves if they want to take the risk.
So maybe this is a neutral situation where I say was not convinced seller's product was authentic,
Sure.
but supplied an immediate refund. Neutral.
Yeah, I think neutral is probably fine. Although I would not do that.
I think I'm going to go negative.
Go negative.
This guy's about to get it.
Get it.
He's getting it bad.
How many stars are you going to give him? Half a star?
A sliver.
The tiniest slice of a star.
He's only getting 1 point out of that star.
That's scummy, though. I don't want to deal with that.
No, I don't want to deal with it either.
I just use Amazon for that stuff.
No, the price couldn't be beat. Couldn't be beat.
So what was
so here's... I didn't even get to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so his price was like $45.
Yeah.
On a bottle that should have been like $90.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
But the real one I wound up getting was like $52.
Oh, okay.
Which is like only $7 more.
Was that from another seller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was authentic.
Interesting.
Little tip too.
Yeah.
For anyone listening who's a cologne fanatic, buy testers.
What does that mean?
Cologne testers.
What does that even mean?
So when you go to like Macy's and
sure.
they have the cologne testers, they say tester on it.
Right.
But it's the same thing. They sell those discounted.
Oh, they're sold as testers?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just the store that stuck that sticker on.
No. They're sold as testers.
Okay.
There you go. A little bit of cologne advice from your
know.
friends at the 404 show.
Saving some money.
This week, pop culture in the forefront today. The X-Men Apocalypse trailer's out. We're not going to really talk about that. Just go watch it. I thought it was a better trailer than Batman.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that goes without 100%. Saying.
That trailer was terrible.
Russ just doesn't like the way Apocalypse
I think
looks.
Apocalypse looks like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers villain.
Yeah.
Ivan Ooze, to be particular.
It's Bryan Singer.
Yeah.
Did you like Days of Future Past? I thought it was okay.
Okay, I kind of fell asleep. I was pretty tired when I watched it, but I rewatched. Yeah, it's like fine. I like the first one more, although I kind of hated the second half of the first one when like the whole story kind of fell apart.
I think 2 is the best X-Men.
X-Men 2.
The opening with Nightcrawler.
Oh, it's amazing. Where he's breaking into the White House. Fantastic.
It's really good. Anyway, we bring up pop culture because the Golden Globe nominees were announced, and
Does anyone get excited about the Golden Globes?
I think so. I think the Golden Globes are like more of the party.
No, I'm not talking about the people that like go. I'm talking about like people at home. Like, oh, I can't go out tonight. The Golden Globes are on. Like, who is that?
Absolutely not.
Right. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely
totally.
not.
The only reason I care is because Ricky Gervais has been like essentially ripping people to shreds during every show.
He just uses it as like a roasting platform.
And his stand-up is very good.
Yeah.
So that's entertaining. But like as an award show, it's kind of a joke.
It is, yeah.
So, but what do you got going on here?
Well, I bring it up because every year the nominees come out. I look at the list, and the Hollywood Foreign Press, they nominate weird stuff. Like they nominate movies that clearly should not be nominated.
Yeah.
Like Best Motion Picture Comedy.
By the way,
the movie Spy should not be up there.
People kind of like that movie.
I saw it.
No.
Don't get me wrong. I like Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
This movie's not that funny. Maybe it's not for me. I don't know.
Yeah. But
I love Bridesmaids.
Sure.
And the same director.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And it's the
not
Ghostbusters
same thing,
guy.
But you know what I mean. Yeah, of course. Paul Feig.
Yeah.
Feig.
Yeah. Valid. It did just occur to me, by the way, that the reason it's the Golden Globes is because it's the foreign press, because it's like an international thing.
Yeah, no shit.
I never put that together.
So anyway, the reason I even bring any of this up, and people gonna say, "Oh, you don't like Spy?" I did. The Spy had its moments. It's just I didn't think it was that funny.
I would say of these, it's obviously the weakest. Well, I don't know what The Big Short is, but
The Big Short is like this caper. Isn't this caper movie that's out? Or
I don't know.
There's a lot of buzz.
But you have Joy, which is a David O. Russell movie,
right?
Which is obviously like very highfalutin. Trainwreck, obviously.
I enjoyed Trainwreck
like that
a little bit. So, but wait, here's my thing. We're talking about the category of comedy.
Yeah, well, it's actually the category of musical or comedy, but
fine.
Yeah.
And then The Martian?
The Martian, yeah. This is a weird Hollywood thing.
Right, but this is my point exactly, where it's like, oh no, you guys don't have a category. You're missing a category. Like you have drama, you have musical and comedy, but you don't have like whatever the hell The Martian is.
What category would that be,
Is
though?
that action?
Thriller?
I think it's action thriller.
But that's
like
not...
just add another category.
No.
Yes.
I think it's weird.
No, you're wrong. Drama, yes.
Okay, drama,
comedy
fine.
and musical.
But I think a thriller is a drama. In the so
Okay,
Revenant.
so then why is
Revenant is nominated for drama.
Right.
And that could also be a thriller.
And so is Mad Max Fury Road is not a drama. You call that movie a drama?
I mean, sure.
Fine. It fits. Mad Max fits in drama more than The Martian fits in comedy.
The second you start introducing these crazy genres, it gets really messy. Because where do you stop? Messy. Like, do you have a separate musical category?
No.
Do they have a animated category like the Oscars do?
They do.
But the Oscars doesn't break out comedy. So that's another interesting.
I think they should.
I think so too.
I think they should.
Because comedies very, very, very rarely win Best Picture of the Year.
I mean, you could say like Birdman was a comedy.
Yeah, or like Babe. Oh wait, that didn't win, but it was nominated.
Babe,
the pig movie.
The talking pig was nominated for an Oscar.
Best Picture.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
directed?
Serious?
Oh no, he didn't direct it, but I think he worked on the director of Mad Max Fury Road worked on that movie. He definitely directed the second Babe.
George Miller.
George Miller directed Babe 2, Pig in the City.
I know that.
Are you searching this like I don't know what I'm talking about with Babe being nominated for Best Picture?
It was nominated.
Not Pig in the City. Pig in the City was not nominated for Best Picture.
So what? It's just standard.
Just Babe.
Standard.
Have you never seen it? It's terrific.
I know what it is.
James Cromwell.
You're telling me this pig talking? He talk?
Yeah, he was a talking pig.
A talking pig
with the
movie?
voice of Chucky from Rugrats.
A talking pig movie was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. It was nominated for Best Picture.
Best Picture. Best Director. Adapted Screenplay. Like, it had a lot of nominations.
Was this like a joke that year? Like, what happened?
It's a really good movie. But what I'm saying is it's very rare that those lighter movies win Oscars. It's usually the biopic or like a really intense whatever drama.
Well, Birdman won last year.
Well, yeah. It's like a dark comedy drama situation. This is a long way to say the problem with the genres is that it gets very messy and categorizing stuff is very messy. And that's really why The Martian is there, because the studio that put out The Martian was like, okay, we're going to have really tough competition in the drama category with Revenant and a bunch of other stuff. Let's make it easy on ourselves and go into the comedy category. Now, the question is, who in the foreign press is making the call to say, this isn't comedy, you're crazy. Like, no way the Ray Charles biopic deserves to be in the comedy category.
But that's the thing.
Or musical, I guess it would be.
But that's the thing. I think you can get away with putting comedy and musicals in the same thing.
Because there are so few?
Yeah, and they're cut a little bit from the same cloth.
Okay, lighter generally. Yeah.
Yeah, like Les Mis, I'm okay with putting in comedy and a musical.
Okay. Fair enough.
So you have comedy.
It doesn't feel fair to put Les Mis and like Trainwreck in the same category though. That's really bizarre.
And it also doesn't feel fair to have Selma go up against Birdman for Picture of the Year.
If it's me, I would separate it out and then get rid of like best supporting guest actor in a TV drama. Like, get that out of there.
Yeah.
Have the awards beforehand with the like D-list celebrity hosting and do that award then and just like have top tier awards. I hate award shows. I have very little patience for them.
So do I. For me, it's all about the results.
Yeah. Like, so in the morning, I find out the results. It is, but I agree with you. It's bizarre. The Martian being labeled as a comedy is weird. Although there are a lot of pretty funny jokes in that movie.
Right, like science jokes.
Yeah, I mean...
Jokes are jokes.
Yeah, kind of jokes-ish. They're mostly science jokes, but he, says the F word a lot and,
Yeah, I don't really want to get
makes
through
potatoes.
He makes potatoes?
Oh, yeah, you still haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he makes potatoes.
On the moon? On Mars?
Generally on Mars.
He's the Martian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, go look through the list and see if you, tell me what you think.
Did Fargo get any nods in this?
Of course, come on.
Okay, I love Fargo.
I'm only one episode deep into the second season, but I already declared today
it's a triumph.
A success. I love it. I love everything about that show.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Confusing as anything. That's the story with The Martian and the way the Hollywood Foreign Press categorizes films nominated for prestigious awards. When we come back, we're going to talk about a man who is not worthy of anything good in this world. He is a comic book villain personified.
So many teases.
We're going to tell you about the human piece of garbage right after this. Stick around. 404 Show today is also sponsored by Canary, a complete home security system in a single device. I've been using Canary.
The eye in the sky.
And I'm getting a very uncomfortable peek into the monotony that is my dog's life.
I assume there's not a lot of moving involved.
He just sits there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this working? Oh, it's working. He just doesn't move. Because Canary's 1080p HD camera pretty much picks up everything in my living room. It's got a wide angle lens and it's motion detection capable night vision, which is so cool. Because when I turn on the lights, I like see the infrared go away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of rad. What's really cool about Canary, a lot of other motion detection sort of security systems out there don't go the extra length. Well, Canary has computer vision and smart notifications. They can actually send you notifications to your smartphone if something gnarly is happening while you're not around.
Very cool.
Emergency response features such as a 90 decibel siren that could probably wake up the freaking dead, scare off intruders, all that kind of stuff. It can also alert police, local police and fire departments near your home. So if you're traveling, you can quickly get in touch with the right people. That's important.
That's great.
Canary has automatic arming and disarming modes that know when you are at your house or when you have left, and you can link up to 4 Canary devices when you install the home system. Pretty damn great. And also, look, I had my mom watching the kid today.
Yeah.
I go, Mom, there's a camera here, but don't worry, I'm going to put on privacy mode, which means it ain't going to record anything. Because I got this thing about looking in on my mom with the kid.
It's weird.
I don't want to do that. All right. Start protecting your home with Canary today for just $1.99. Go to meetcanary.com and use the promo code 404SHOW, that's one word, 404SHOW, to get free overnight shipping. You could have this thing tomorrow. Go to canary.com. I'm sorry, that's Meet Canary, MEET Canary.com, and use the promo code 404SHOW. Hey, welcome back to the 404 Show. I don't know why I've been teasing this story so much. It's just such a strange, very bizarre set of circumstances that I don't know. I don't know why I find this shocking, but it's an amazing story.
It is an amazing story, and I just noticed a part of the story that I really hadn't noticed before that makes it even more amazing.
Yeah, like things just continue to get exponentially greater the more you read about this story. Do you remember who Martin Shkreli is?
I do. This is the gentleman, I believe he was a former hedge fund manager that took over a pharmaceutical company and raised the price of a drug by like 15,000% or something.
Close, 4,000%. He raised the price of an HIV medication from dollars to thousands of dollars. Something absurd.
And was
like
a real
that.
scumbag about it while like he was basically being a real dick about it in addition.
Right. He was a scum. I think, okay, I'm sorry. He made the pill $750 when it used to cost something much less and more reasonable.
Like $5.
And it wasn't like it wasn't like headache medicine.
No.
It was effing AIDS medicine.
Yeah.
So everyone really started to hate this guy. He did a lot of interviews, and he kind of was like, I do what I want, more or less, is like what he said to the world. Well, if you recall, and we're just going to somehow tie this together in a very, out of order, strange way. If you recall a while back, the Wu-Tang Clan was talking about how they're going to make a new record and sell it to one person.
Yes.
And there was all this like mystery surrounding it, and that they were going to like destroy the original source material once they were done. Well, guess who bought the album?
Someone with a lot of spare change.
The human piece of garbage that is walking this earth, this Martin Shkreli guy, actually bought the album for around $2 million. It's called Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. And I cannot believe that evil exists as much as it does in the form of this person.
Yeah, he's a big-time scumbag. And even the RZA went ahead and said that they didn't know who the guy was or what his reputation was when they sold it to him and made the deal. And now that he does, he feels bad. But at least the money that they were given, a, quote, significant portion of it, went to charity. So nice of Wu-Tang and his clan. But I guess there's no guy named Wu-Tang.
No, there's not.
Just the RZA.
But they are I mean, growing up, I was a little obsessed with Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
But anyway, the story gets a little stranger and maybe perhaps a little better.
Yeah.
Because in the contract that apparently was signed by both parties during the purchasing of Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, I can't even begin. This is going to sound crazy, but this is actually the legalese used in the contract. This is a clause in the contract. It goes like this. The buying party also agrees that at any time during the stipulated 88-year period, which is like how long the music is exclusive to the buyer.
Until the year 2103.
At any point during the stipulated 88-year period, the seller may legally plan and attempt to execute one heist or caper to steal back Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, which, if successful, would return all ownership rights to the seller. Okay, here's where it gets even better. Said heist or caper can only be undertaken by currently active members of the Wu-Tang Clan and or actor Bill Murray with no legal repercussions. Everyone got that?
Yes.
So I guess like during like Jim Jarmusch's Coffee and Cigarettes, they conspired at one point where like they just had a great relationship and they hit it off because it was RZA and I forget the other dude's name in this scene with Bill Murray.
I remember.
And that's a stipulation in this contract.
So they could plan like an Ocean's 11 style heist.
They could.
To break in.
And steal it back. And then it becomes theirs again. Now, I don't know how this is delivered to the human piece of garbage.
Oh, he doesn't have it yet?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if like he can also release it to the world for free.
Right.
But knowing this guy's track history, he'll never do that. Apparently, he's been arranging listening parties with like celebrities.
Right, that seems likely. Or he would just like sell it as a show where you could like pay $20 and like sit in a chair alone.
Isn't this very weird? I have never been more curious.
Which aspect?
Well, the weird thing is like, let's also back up a second and be like, oh man, I want to hear this album. Like, I want to hear a new Wu-Tang album.
When was the last album they put out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Yeah, I don't know. It is fascinating. I'm sure everyone is chomping at the bit to listen to it.
But you understand,
but it's a lot of build up. Like
it's a lot of build up, and who knows like how it exists.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is like, no man, this pharmaceutical executive guy, like he's a real life supervillain. Where he's like telling the world like, oh no, you know that group that hip hop group that's like really influential in the 90s and to this day, like, oh, you're never gonna hear their new stuff. Because I hold all the power.
It does feel like...
And you know that AIDS medicine you really need?
Yeah, right. Sorry. It does feel like if he wanted to, he could like coordinate some sort of caper with them and film it online and like just from a PR standpoint, try to make himself less of the scum of the earth.
He could reverse all that.
Sadly he could. I wish that wouldn't do it. But
plus the AIDS medicine, lowering the price of the AIDS medicine would help too. But I think...
a lot of his reputation, if like he put cameras all around his house and released the footage of like the RZA and Bill Murray breaking into his house to get the album back, would go a long way to like redeeming him. The AIDS medicine is a nice step too.
So here's what I do if I'm him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think this is maybe on the track that you were on.
Okay.
Where you said, were you implying like he conspires with Wu-Tang to like make this a movie almost?
Sort of.
Like that to me, that would be like the best way. And I would even pay to see that.
Totally.
I gotta pay $10 to watch that.
I mean, yeah. I don't know how long it could be movie-wise.
As long as my $10 includes the album.
Yes.
That's it.
That's
what he does.
Yeah.
For $10, Mr. Shkreli, I will pay to watch a very carefully choreographed thing where Bill Murray and Wu-Tang break into your house, perform the caper / heist, steal back their record, and you get some director, you get Jim Jarmusch to direct the heist, the caper.
And do you get free AIDS medicine with the package? Just like
the first 10,000 purchasers.
I hope the album gets out in some way, and I hope it gets out in the form of a heist with Bill Murray. That would be delightful.
I'm just saying, it's an option.
Yeah.
Finally, on the docket, Russ.
Yeah.
We'll let you take the wheel for a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't know, Jeff. Are you a binging kind of person? And by that I mean entertainment binging.
Yeah, I knew you didn't mean like heroin.
Yeah.
I was. There was a time. The most recently was The Strain. Last summer, I watched that whole first season in about 4 days with Stacey.
Oh, that's the one with the ad and the worm coming out of the eye, and I couldn't watch it because
first
of that.
season's really good. Second season not good.
It fell off.
It was good, great pilot in the first season.
Yeah.
Stacey and I became obsessed. Had to bang it out in 1 week.
Yeah.
Did that. But then when I binge, takes over my dreams, takes over my life. It's not good.
I also feel like you miss a lot of detail. Like it all starts to bleed together.
A little bit.
I mentioned it because there's a game that I've been wanting to play called Borderlands Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah, the Telltale game.
And I've been watching it for a while, and I think the first episode, it's episodic, and the first episode came out in like June, I want to say.
Yeah, it's been out.
There. And the last episode came out a month or two ago, and they're selling it, if you have a PlayStation Plus account, they're selling it for $3.75 for the whole thing.
Oh, get it. What are you doing?
Yeah, which I got.
Yeah.
I got it. But it makes me feel a little bit bad because I didn't like pay any reasonable sum for this.
Well, don't worry about that.
And
That's
sure.
not your fault.
And B, I feel like, especially with the Telltale stuff, like I want to support them because I like what they're doing. But it's so brutal to play those games piece by piece when you just sort of want to like play through the whole thing and get the whole story.
Right. They're pretty long. Like you're saying you don't want to go through the motions?
No, I know. I don't want to play the first episode and then wait 3 months for another episode, especially when each of the episodes is like 2.5 hours long.
See, I always thought that was like the brilliance of the Telltale stuff, where it's like if you take your time and don't plow through them,
yeah.
by the time the next episode came out,
You're like ready.
You were kind of like ready to go.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what happened with me in The Wolf Among Us.
I tend to, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just lose interest. It's like with the comic books. Like comic books I can't read if they're coming out once a month or whatever.
See, I started doing that, and I'm with you on that. Like
it's like a drag. Like you're over. It's over in like 10 minutes.
It is. It's one of those things.
Telltale's a little longer, but still, it's like, do you want to? It's intentionally designed to be this ongoing story, and like with crazy cliffhangers at the end of each episode. But imagine like watching a TV show, and that's at the end of each TV show. It's like 3 months away from the next one, and there's a cliffhanger. Like drag.
It's a problem. They do that in between seasons.
Sure, but that's once.
It's once.
You get a whole story and then once. Like
yeah.
I'd be fine at the end of the Borderlands game. There's a cliffhanger for the next season.
See, that's the thing. We're just trained. We're just conditioned to expect it one way, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
you're just trained through TV.
I guess so. But they match the format of TV, so like
they kind of do. Yeah.
I guess it's working out for them. Like they've been doing this since Walking Dead,
totally.
And like structurally, it seems
they're
to be
making
doing
a
okay.
Batman one next year.
I'm very excited about the Batman one. But again, like the Batman one, I know for sure that I'd much rather play it as a bulk thing.
Yeah.
Than one at a time.
Totally. I'm with you. For me, and I know they also did a Game of Thrones one.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's tough.
I don't know how they're making so many of these.
Well, they're not tremendously expensive to develop.
No, but like the writing and the development.
Sure, that stuff takes time.
That's tough.
Yeah. That engine's showing a little bit of an age to it.
It is.
But yeah, that's keeps the price down for them, and obviously they have good writing. Probably I would say maybe the best writing in the games industry right now, which isn't saying a lot, but it's certainly up there.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me feel torn.
I understand. You're going to be torn.
Yeah, just like Natalie
but
Imbruglia.
What's that?
Just like Natalie Imbruglia.
Explain that.
She wrote a song called Torn.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to have to settle and end the show on that.
Can I mention the Product Hunt game?
Oh, my God. That's right. I'm sorry. What is it?
Yeah, so there's a game called Inky Block. It's called Inky Blocks. And it's like Tetris, but it's in a circle. And it's, nice pastel colors and like a cool look to it. It's on iPhone. I'm sorry, it's on Android.
Oh, it is?
I think it's on iOS.
It's only on Android.
I think it's on iOS as well.
I don't know.
I'm checking. But I just like the art style, and they clearly spent a lot. Yeah, it's on. Oh no, sorry, it's on only on Android.
Yes.
Wow.
We got one.
I really like the art style, and it seems cool.
It's a colorful reimagining of Tetris. You can check it out. And a lot of other games on producthunt.com/games. Go check it out. Follow Russ. Follow me. That's going to do it for this week on the 404 show. Real quick before we leave, we were supposed to have Katie Linendahl on today. It was kind of like saving that as a surprise. It's been a really long time, but she had to cancel the last minute. So I didn't want to hold that for another month or whenever she can make it back. But she will be back next month, so that'll be a lot of fun after CES. We'll have Katie back on the show. It's been months and months, so it'll be a good time with her. Next week is Steve to be our last current episode, and then there will be episodes on Christmas Day the 25th. There'll be an episode on New Year's Day the 1st, and there will be an episode on the 8th, but those won't be like new. There'll
be new content.
There'll be new content.
It's new to you. We recorded them already. But
they'll all be pre-recorded more than we do than same day here on Fridays.
Yep.
That's it. All right, back here next week with a brand new show. Look forward to that. Thanks for everyone submitting holiday show ideas in the subreddit. You can do that yourself. Reddit.com/r/the404. 866-404-CNET is the phone number you can call to leave us a voicemail. And that's going to do it. All right, buddy.
All right.
Until next time, I'm Jeff Backer.
I'm Russ Frushtick.
This has been the 404 Show, High Tech Low Brow. We'll see you next week. This episode of the 404 Show was brought to you by Canary. Canary is a complete home security system and a single device. When Canary detects something out of the ordinary, it sends intelligent notifications with HD video right to your smartphone. Plus, Canary puts you in control during an emergency. Through their app, you can watch live footage, sound a built-in siren, or connect with police near your home. Start protecting your home today with Canary for just $1.99. Go to meetcanary.com, use the promo code 404SHOW, and get free overnight shipping. Big thanks to Canary for sponsoring the show.